delegation's mission underscores renewed regional momentum towards achieving lasting peace and stability in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo through coordinated African leadership and sustained dialogue.
Now, lawyers representing National Peasants Party presidential candidate Robert Kasivante faced rigorous questioning from Supreme Court justices after they failed to identify the specific polling stations they claim were illegally gazetted during the 2026 presidential election. The exchange occurred during the pre-hearing conference of Kasivante's petition challenging the victory of NRM candidate Yoweri Museveni.
The Supreme Court, constituted by 9 justices, Dr. Flavian Nzeija, Percy Knight Tuhaise, Mike Chirita, Elizabeth Busoke, Stephen Musota, Christopher Madrama, Catherine Bamugemelele, Monica Mugenyi, and Muzamiru Mutangula Kivedi, convened to clarify the grounds of the petition that will be considered during the hearing. The court sought clarification on the allegations forming the basis of the case. However, while counsel for Kasivante outlined the merits of the petition, the justices directed them to name at least one of the 15,000 polling stations they claim were illegally selected.
The second respondent be directed to provide the list of all polling stations at which polling was conducted and declaration forms from those polling stations. The votes as they were tallied at the polling stations are not the votes that were transmitted.
Prompting criticism from the bench over what the court described as a lack of clarity in the complaint.
It has been the zoom into where, because you see, there is so much documentation. Where exactly do you want to target?
The discrepancies are too many, my lord, but I do not want to go into the issue of making it submissions before initiating, my lord.
Those polling stations, and you say they were here, or you don't know. My lord, that is the essence of the application. Once the order is given, we shall be able to compare and contrast.
The petitioner's lawyers also asked the court to allow them to cross-examine the Electoral Commission chairperson, Justice Simon Bewakama, and the Deputy Attorney General for up to 2 hours on the alleged electoral irregularities should the case proceed to a full hearing.
But we expect that we make out a good case for the court to direct the chairperson of the Electoral Commission to come and address us or be cross-examined.
The respondents objected to the request. The respondents, including President Yoweri Museveni, Attorney General Chiriowa Kiwanuka, and the Electoral Commission, informed the court that they intend to present 16 witnesses, 2 from the Attorney General's chambers, 6 from Museveni's legal team, and 8 from the Electoral Commission.
We have 2 witnesses from the Attorney General's side. I think there are about 6 from the first respondent and about 8 from the second respondent, that's the Electoral Commission.
Chief Justice Dr. Flavian Nzeija briefed both parties on the next steps in the proceedings and announced that the court will communicate when it will deliver its judgment on the 18th of February 2026.
On the 18th of February, that's when we shall give you a date when we shall deliver the judgment.
The Supreme Court is expected to rule on whether the alleged irregularities were substantial and whether they could have affected the outcome of the election, including the possibility of annulling President Museveni's victory.
The prosecution in the terrorism case against Mutambala Member of Parliament Mohamed Mwanga Chivumbi has amended the charge sheet, adding 24 more individuals to the case. The involvement sparked a heated exchange in court, with Chivumbi's lawyers objecting to the manner of his arrest. They urged the judge to dismiss all prosecution witnesses and instead order investigations into the deaths at Chivumbi's home, arguing that the focus should be on these killings rather than the alleged violations of his personal liberty.
In the early hours of the morning, heavily deployed prison warders escorted the Butambala Member of Parliament, Mohamed Mwanga Chivumbi, into the courtroom at the Butambala court amidst tight security. The court session attracted a large crowd, including National Unity Platform NUP leaders such as Joel Senyonyi, the party spokesperson, Lewis Rubongoya, the Secretary General, his deputy Aisha Kawanda, relatives of the suspect, and other supporters. At around 11:30 a.m., the state prosecutor, Rachel Bakole,